Don't forget to catch.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to a brand new episode from the Louisiana series. This is Preethi. Welcome to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, then welcome. Oh my god, okay, so it is my second day in Lake Charles and the first actual full day that I'll be having here. And the weather's actually quite lovely. Like it's rained a little bit, but it's kind of breezy and cool, but not cold, which is like a really welcome change from what New Orleans was. Plus, it's also a much quieter area. And I feel like it's quite a welcome break because, like, while the chaos was also fun, like in its own way, I feel like having this kind of silence and just being able to like hear my own thoughts, or rather, just stroll around in a very, very tranquil environment also feels really good. So this morning, we stepped out for breakfast and we've come to this place called the Bakery. Apparently, it is so good that it tends to have lines running outside, and somehow we've managed to get a table.
The border between Texas and Louisiana, and we also have the Calcasieu River, and that's the river that runs into Lake Charles, that is the eponymous Lake Charles of Lake Charles. This is essentially the original VR. So these are young women who are coming up and debuting in their groups. So these costumes come from work clothes that have been absolutely worn ragged.
So the museum's actually really interesting, more than I thought. It's like basically the history of Lake Charles, as well as some Native American history and some local lore and stories. And the guides here are so entertaining. Like their manner of communicating and just storytelling is beautiful. There was also some insight into Mardi Gras and how it's celebrated here versus in New Orleans. And there is a bit of a difference, like the gowns and stuff over here are also created slightly differently. There's a whole technique that goes into it and it's preserved in a certain way. I actually really enjoyed it. They also showed us the mighty Salier oak, which is this giant tree which is anywhere between 250 and 375 years old and is literally spreading out everywhere. It's pretty big. I don't think I've ever seen a tree this big. But yeah, this was really cool. So the museum also has a resident art program where they bring in three artists to kind of work together and create something and showcase their work periodically in the museum itself. This artwork also sells, and there were some really interesting themes also. Like a couple of the pieces apparently were based off of some of Rebecca's dishes that she's created at the bakery that we had breakfast at this morning. It's a really lovely way to kind of promote local art and artisans and just local businesses, and I think that was really endearing. They also had a Black Heritage Month art display that's on till March 29th, and some of those artworks were just so beautiful, and they were telling us all about it. And I mean, it's so obvious that they're so passionate about what they do over here, and like they really built something really rich. Breakfast was great. I really think food in Louisiana so far has been 10 on 10 everywhere. Like there's been literally nothing to complain about. And avo toast, spot on. And I'm usually like a black coffee, no sugar person. But today I was like, you know what? White chocolate, raspberry. And it was really good. So like, no regret. And I feel like I want to go back to the bakery because they have such a huge range of things. And I want to try all of it, but like obviously limited time. But if I could, I definitely would. Right now, I'm at the Imperial Calcasieu Museum. It's a museum that basically protects and promotes the history and heritage of this area. And I don't really know a lot about Lake Charles. I don't know about its heritage. So I'm not really sure what to expect, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be interesting because it's on the itinerary. And yeah, this building looks great. Like it looks like one of those main heritage structures. So yeah, let's go in and check it out.
Multigrain, hops, yeast, and water. Beer has a specific flavor profile, and those are usually based on the area in which the beer was first made. So I say multigrain. Multigrain simply means these are grains that are they're soaked in water, the seeds, and as soon as they begin to germinate, they're taken down. They're air dried or kiln dried on big warehouse floors, because right when the seed begins to germinate, there's an enzymatic process happening inside that exposes the most starch, i.e. the most sugar potential for us to extract into our
Degermination.
Louisiana lager is an American pale lager, which is the most widely produced beer in the world. It's what pays for me to make all the other beers that I like to make.
So we just had a really wonderful tour with Ryan, the brewmaster here at Crying Eagle, and I just wanted to ask him a few questions. How did this whole thing start?
It started as a hobby about 28 years ago, became an obsession pretty quickly, and eventually I knew that was the trajectory that I wanted my life to be. So I spent a long time as a separate career, all the while planning to transition into this sort of as an early retirement present to be so fortunate to have done it.
And you've been doing this for that long, 28 years. And what do you love about the job?
You know, every day is different. I love beer. I love making beer. I love being part of just the production of something that brings enrichment to other people. And I've always been very into the culinary world, and I'm able to still channel my creativity through.
That is really cool, Ashwin. And I really appreciate that because we are actually enjoying the fruit of what you're doing over here. So thank you so much for having that. You guys have to visit Crying Eagle Brewery here in Lake Charles. I will be leaving the details in the caption, so do go check it out. So Calcasieu actually translates to Crying Eagle, and museum visit was super insightful, really, really interesting. And I feel like I left with more than I thought I'd be getting out of it. So like it's an absolute must visit. And I feel like local culture and history, I feel it can be so overlooked sometimes, like when you're traveling. But take some time and go to the Calcasieu Museum because the team over there as well is so invested in making it a good experience for you that you're sure to have a good time. Like I don't think I even realized how 2 hours just flew past. One thing that I did learn was that Calcasieu translates to Crying Eagle. And that's a hint for where I'm at. Crying Eagle Brewery is one of the most famous breweries here, and we're going in for a brewery tour. They also have an in-house restaurant, and they have over 100 varieties of beer. So we're going to grab lunch as well after the brewery tour, maybe sample some beers. And oh my god, I'm actually excited for this one. Glad I ordered a cauliflower-based pizza because I just want to keep getting in my veggies as much as I can. And I feel like today is quite a foodie day because I now have a session at this place called Pasta Lab where I'm gonna have some kind of a cooking lab experience. I mean, the description looked really interesting. I'm not sure what to expect. I mean, I figured that we'll be making some pasta from scratch. So yeah, right there. Let's go and see what it's like.
When we would do winemaker dinners, we actually would have the winemaker. We weren't featuring the wines of. So we got to meet a lot of the people that were really in particular powering the Santa Barbara County wine scene as it really developed in the late aughts and through the 2010s. So that's why you have a team, because somebody then has an eye
On every step.
for, they have the eye for food. That one has the taste for food. This one has the wine pairing ability for food.
So it's a lab, it's an experiment in every way possible, whether it's the pasta or efficiencies, but most importantly, the people. It is very much a people experiment.
Why is this done? This is the amount of egg yolk and whole egg. One of them is going to be noodly, and the other one's going to be stretchy, because when you use the whole egg, you end up with egg white to introduce the albumin, and you're going to make a dough that's actually stretchy. Just like that. That. Now, each one keeping the other wet, right? Okay, hydrated. Don't forget to catch.
Honestly, so much better than I ever imagined. Like, it wasn't just about like creating pasta from scratch, but it was actually about understanding the entirety of the steps, like from the very beginning, like right from choosing the right kind of flour to make the right kind of pasta, which I did not know, like, because in India you tend to get like a batch kind of a thing. But yeah, this was like that complete gourmet artisanal vibe. And what was interesting is that there are actually some really cool flavors. So like, I mean, I don't want to say flavors, but like the base product used, there's moong bean, and like there is besan, and there was one that smelled like garam masala. So I'm like, this is experimental and this is cool. Also want to try some amazing pasta, like what we actually made over there, of course. But yeah, for me it was like super enlightening, and it was just really interesting to interact with the team. And I would absolutely recommend Pasta Lab. Like, it was just mind blowing. Today was honestly yet another really great day. I literally love the vibe of Lake Charles. Everything we did, like the Imperial Calcasieu Museum, the entire history, the stories over there, the brewery tour, the pasta lab. It was so much fun, and we wrapped it all up with yet another really amazing dinner at a restaurant called Cala. Again, great food. I feel like the food has just not let us anywhere on this entire trip. I am wrapping up this day because tomorrow we're off to the final destination for this trip, and I'm gonna pass out. So if you like this video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, drop me a comment and let me know what you think. Stay tuned for the next one, and until I see you next, this is Preethi signing off for now. Bye.